Hi, this is Ronnie, and this is my 5th challenge with Crafty Meggy. Megan and I decided that this week we're going to make embellishments for our layout. And I'm going to use those stamps there that are close to my heart, and the Seen and Noted by Pebbles. And I'm also going to use my Big Shot. I'm going to use some die cuts. That one is a border one, and then the real one, and I believe it's by Dynamic Dies. And for some reason it's not in the package, so I don't know. The other one was Sizzix. And I did originally think I might use my Cricut, because I think Megan's using her Silhouette. But then when I got started on the layout, I had more ideas with the Big Shot than the Cricut, so I decided to go ahead and use the Big Shot. And since these are both diagonal, and I laid them on top of each other, I said that wasn't going to work, even though that's my big sheet of paper. Everything else is scraps. And so I put that green on there, and I like that pretty good. But it's a little narrow, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to make it a little wider, because I didn't want to cut down the yellow. So I'm going to add to this and put the border on there, and that scallop border die, and also that strip that I laid over to the side, because I decided the border die wasn't quite enough, and that strip is the back side of the manufacturer's brand name, and it's got little flowers on it, and I decided it wasn't quite wide enough still, and so I add some cardstock to it just to make it a tiny bit wider. And I'm using some Teal Coronations cardstock, and it just makes it a little bit wider, and everything balances out a little bit more, and I don't have to cut the yellow down any. And yeah, I'm going to commit to that and go ahead and put everything down. And I thought about using that gray, because I haven't really used the gray that much on this paper, but I really love green, so of course the green won out. It didn't take much, and that red's got little tiny white hearts on it. It's cute paper. And while I'm looking at this, while I was editing out some parts, I was thinking, man, I should have put a little bit of red at the top, and then just a little strip across the top. But of course I didn't think of that while I was doing the layout. But I think it would have really added to it. And there I'm deciding what to do. And that one right there, cut out, it's something about we're happiest when we're together, or something like that, and so I wanted to use it. You'll see a close-up a little bit later, so you'll know what it says. But at the moment I can't remember, and of course I didn't bring my layout in here again. Yeah, I'm in 2 different rooms. I scrap in my bedroom and do my editing in my living room. And I'm going to make a pinwheel here, and I started to cut it with the cutter there, the trimmer, and just cut it straight across. But then I got to thinking I'd go along the chevron design on that and make a rosette with that. So I'm going to end up making 3 rosettes, and this one is going to show off the chevron. And I'm doing this like every 1/8 inch, I believe. Or it might be a 1/4 inch. I think it is a 1/4 inch. I think the 1/8 inch is a little tight. I did try it on one, but it was a little tight and hard to fold back and forth, so the 1/4 inch was a lot better. And of course these are really easy to make. They don't take much. And I remember making them in school. Of course, that's been many years. And I doubled that there. I punched out 2 pieces, but to make it more sturdy on the back, I doubled it and put the glue on it. Started to pop up, so I had to slide it over. And of course, rather than sit there and hold it too long, I'm just going to put something to weigh it down and work on the others. And I did cut that out so you all would not have to watch me do all of them. And so I did 2 more, and red and then yellow. I think one's yellow polka dot and the red heart. And then I fussy cut out some of the flowers from the back of the one paper. The yellow polka dot paper on the other side, it has flowers. So I cut out flowers, and then I punched a couple of hearts. And I'm going to make my embellishments by embellishing these little rosettes. And I'm stamping on there, and this one says "too cute." And the other stamp I'm going to end up using is something about Caught in the Act. And they're from the Picture Perfect stamp set from Close to My Heart. And the picture that I am using is my granddaughters when they were much smaller. And I had one of those activity centers. And I got them down after feeding them lunch. I was cleaning up from that, and I come in the living room area, and there they were, both in the activity center. Instead of standing there playing, they were both in it. And I had to grab the camera and take a picture. Somehow they both managed to fit. They were at that age where everything was a chair. I mean, little tiny things, a little truck, whatever, they were going to sit on it. And they managed to get in that activity center together. And so that's what makes my title. It's what? It's not a chair. So, yeah, that's my title. And they're going to be surprised to see this picture, because I don't know if they've ever even seen it. But they love to look at my scrapbooks when they come over. So, but I ran across it the other day and thought, I'm going to scrapbook that soon. And I guess I'm out of frame there a little bit. Oh, this is what I'm thinking about, making it into a banner and attaching it to there, but I don't end up doing that. I could have cut that out, but I didn't. And this is a speech bubble, and this is where I put the what with a question mark and exclamation points, and put it over the top of Reagan's head. Oh, this is when I realized I don't have it, my picture and my mat adhered down to my page. I was getting ready to do it, and I thought, those aren't even down. I better put them down first. See, those are the flowers on the back that I fussy cut. And I think I had that over just a little farther. Yeah, see, I moved it back right there and didn't realize it, because it seemed kind of close when I went to put the rosette on there. And but since it was adhered down, I went ahead and left it. But I would have liked it over just a tiny bit farther. But I didn't even realize it when I moved it. And it looks a little crooked, don't it? I might have to straighten that. And, oh, this is where I'm trimming off the little die cut piece that I took out of the little booklet. And I'm going to rounded the corners, and I'm going to back it in some of the teal cardstock. And then I'm going to add a rosette to it and put it at the bottom. I'm going to put the smallest rosette down there. If I'd thought ahead, I probably wouldn't have used a yellow one for the smallest one. But I didn't think ahead. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to put that at. But it works out all right with that teal, because I add a punch to the back of the yellow, so it don't, the yellow rosette, so it isn't exactly yellow on yellow. And that's the punch I use, and it's a scallop punch. It's the same one up there on the yellow in the middle of that one rosette. And I just add it to the back of this one. And I kind of do a little off-center, because it's really close to the same size, and I'm going to cut the bottom part off anyway. And this is trimming, yeah. I'm getting the back gone. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Oh yeah, I'm going to take that slide reel and I'm going to back it in some teal. And I thought at first I would have just done the whole thing to start with, but I thought I was just going to do half of one. And then I decided I needed the other half that I'd discarded, and so I have to turn around and do it again. But I did cut that out so you wouldn't have to watch it. And you just see it go on there. But yeah, see that? I think I'm throwing it away, but I'm not. And I've got to pull this up, yeah. Because sometimes, I don't go all the way to the edge, but not this time. And I decided I need to slide something under it, of course, and this is where it says Caught in the Act. And I just stamped it on there. Let's see, what else was I going... Oh, I think I'm getting ready to do the title. Yeah, this is Pebbles, and that's Tomato Red. And first I put the It's over to the left there, and then I remembered I wanted to do a little bit of layering there and hadn't done it, so I'll end up moving it over just a little bit. I think I put like one letter on there of the next word and think about it. And then that one is called Maple, I believe, and it's in white, and I like it because it's tall and skinny. And yeah, I put the N on there, and that's when I think I should move the It's over. So I end up moving it over. And if I use wax paper like a lot of people, I could have that all decided ahead of time. But no, years of habit of not doing it. I have to move them around. And I use the A that is also the Pebbles tomato, and then the chair is from a Thicker's Muse. And somehow or another I got some adhesive down there on my picture, and so I'm just using the undo on a paper towel and cleaning it off. And it works really well. It takes it right off. And this is where I add my extra layers. And and see that little arrows? Yeah, I had a really small scrap of that, but I wanted to use it. And there's the other part of the reel, slide reel. And this is another flower that I fussy cut out. Just add in the center there. And I think the only other thing I have left to do is enamel dots, and the yellow ones I got from Megan, and she made them. And then the other ones are some I got off of Peachy Cheap, and they're My Mind's Eye, and they're colors that are in the grouping. And I would have done some sprinkles, but I didn't really have anything that went with these colors. So rather than have something that didn't go, I just left the sprinkles off. If I ever buy something, I can go back and sprinkle it. But that's my layout. And go check out Megan's channel and see what she made as for her embellishments. And next week, we're going to do making a layout from one kit. So if anybody wants to join us, just holler, and we'll put a link to your video or your layout, if you want to put your layout on Facebook, to go with our challenge and help everybody fill up their albums. That's the whole goal here, is to get from changing from plain paper and embellishments to layouts in our albums. And there's my rosette, one of them, and the what with Reagan and Charlie right there. And it's not a chair, and there's the one part of the reel, and then of course the other part's up at the top. And Caught in the Act. And there's that. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching, Hit like if you like, and leave a comment. I love to get comments, and I will respond to your comments. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.